Hello, I'm Kambiz Naficy, and I welcome you to this talk that I'm very passionate about. It's a talk about the power of beliefs. Why was I passionate about doing this video for you? Because early on my own journey of healing, I realized that my beliefs were controlling more than 90% of the outcomes in my life. Our beliefs are like invisible compasses, and they either lead us to desirable results or undesirable results. The undesirable results come from negativities and self-limiting ideas that are well hidden in our subconscious mind. What we don't see harms us most. After I finished my own journey of healing with techniques that I'll be discussing in this video, I moved on to 3 continents, and I worked with more than 10,000 people transforming lives with these techniques. The techniques that I use and will outline in this video have to do with Kriya Yoga breathing meditation that relaxes your brain waves so that the cave of the subconscious opens up to you, allowing you to go in there and replace negativities. The other techniques are techniques that convince the subconscious to give up its comfort zone of old negativities so you can go in and plant new ideas. What's a belief anyways? A belief is something that you hold to be true, but what you hold to be true may have nothing to do with the utter reality of this moment. If you're sitting under a tree and off to the right here, there's a branch hanging down, and through your peripheral vision, you mistake that branch to be a snake, you can give yourself a violent attack of fear. Imagine almost 8.5 billion people walking in their heads on Earth. Each mind is sometimes envisioning worrisome outcomes that will never pan out to be the way you're imagining. I mean, you go back to kindergarten, you tell me how many of your worries to date have panned out to be the way you imagined them. Our beliefs are like lenses that cover up our eyeballs. We actually experience everything that's before us after those incidents pass through the filter of our beliefs. Imagine we take a hypochondriac, somebody who's constantly worried about illness. We take this person to the Grand Canyon. She gets out of the car and she sees this scenery of the Grand Canyon. But if she has a small headache, that small headache and the worries about the headache are superimposing themselves on the beauty of the Grand Canyon. What I'm saying is we all see what we want to see. I remember a lady student of mine, and she said when she was 4 months pregnant, she would walk into town and the only thing she would notice were other pregnant women. We see what we want to see. There's a deeper layer to this talk about beliefs, and that is the quantum world. The ancient yogis and modern quantum physicists say that who we call our creator is an energy field of consciousness. In other words, space is not a vacuum. Space is not empty. All of our planet is enveloped by a net of consciousness. And your mind is a transmitting station, constantly transmitting your recurring thoughts and oldest beliefs up to the God force. This creative force takes on your beliefs and ricochets them back into your life as incidents and life results that match your own beliefs. What I'm saying is we're all playing solitaire. Our minds are co-partnering with the God force. We are impacting the quantum force and creating incidents and life results that are self-fulfilling prophecies that match our own beliefs. How do we create our beliefs anyways? I'm going to take you through 6 steps. Here's how beliefs are created. Number 1, an incident happens. Right after the incident happens, you come up with a perception of what happened. You interpret what happened. When you repeat that interpretation, step 2, you create a core belief. After you repeat an interpretation several times, you have a core belief. The core belief is now a set of eyeglasses right in front of your eyeballs. So you're seeing life through your own core beliefs. Your core beliefs then start to drive your actions. That's the fourth step. And your actions drive your life results, and predictable actions and predictable results create your self-fulfilling prophecy. Take a look at this diagram. You'll see how beliefs are created. On the diagram, you'll see that an incident occurs, an event. You then form a perception of what happened, you interpret it. After you recite that perception several hundred times, that becomes a core belief. The core belief sits in front of your eyeballs and it becomes the way you view life. Your core beliefs then drive your actions, which become predictable. Your predictable actions create predictable results. And predictable results finally get you to your self-fulfilling prophecy. Didn't I tell you life was like this? I've referred to the subconscious mind. Let me now describe in more detail to you what the subconscious is. Your subconscious mind is a reservoir of all of your oldest emotions, your most deeply rooted beliefs. By the time you're 7 or 9 years old, your most undeniable truths, unquestionable truths have already been programmed into your subconscious, which acts like a computer. These unquestionable truths are things like, did mom and dad love me? Am I lovable? Do I deserve money and comfort? Am I able to attract romance? Am I good in sports? Etc., etc. By the time these unquestionable truths are hardwired into the computer of your subconscious, you now have what we call a comfort zone. A comfort zone are beliefs, old beliefs, unquestionable beliefs that you have relaxed into. And if something happens out there that doesn't neatly fit into your box of beliefs, you're either going to not see this opportunity, or you're going to sabotage yourself, distort that reality so it fits neatly within your box of unquestionable truths. Take the example of a salesman. If there's a salesman out there who can imagine his biggest commission to be $7,000, and then yesterday he comes upon a sales opportunity that can offer a $70,000 commission. He's going to do one of two things. Number one, he may not see that opportunity. Number two, he may sabotage himself the night before a very important sales meeting, and he'll ruin that sales opportunity so that his income level brings him back to the expected maximum $7,000 commission. However, if your subconscious mind, which is in touch with the quantum creative force, if your subconscious mind begins to accept the idea that you as the salesman deserve to have much larger commissions and a lot of comfort in your life, then your subconscious mind contacts the quantum force, arranges opportunities in situations where you can go forward with a much larger deal and make your $70,000 commission. You have both a creative mind and a subconscious mind. Your creative mind is your intellectual mind. Your intellectual mind is in charge of analysis, planning, decision-making, scheduling, and prompting you into action. Let's imagine that you want to take some Spanish language classes. Your intellectual mind looks up the community college course catalog, schedules your 2 classes per week, goes to the registrar, writes out the check, and gets you into that classroom. Your subconscious mind is just a habit mind. It's a machine. And in that Spanish class, your subconscious mind is just absorbing repetitive exercises in vocabulary and grammar. So a year later, when you're speaking Spanish, it's not your intellectual mind that's allowing you to speak Spanish. You're dipping into your subconscious mind, and that subconscious mind has memorized through repetition, vocabulary, grammar, and the Spanish language. Same thing with playing the piano. When you're playing Beethoven, on the piano, your intellectual mind is not thinking of which keys to press. Your subconscious mind has memorized through repetition which keys to press. Your subconscious mind can process something like 4 million pieces of information per second, whereas your intellectual mind can only absorb and process 4 pieces of information per second. This tells us that your subconscious mind is much, much more powerful. And if you want to get something major done in your life, you'd better learn how to get the cooperation of your subconscious mind to get things done. In a moment, I will tell you how to speak the language of the subconscious so you can get it to cooperate. Okay, so here's how we're going to reprogram negativity in the subconscious mind. We're going to learn the language that the subconscious understands so you can get in there, pluck out negativities, and plant empowering ideas instead. Number 1, you must relax your brain. I can teach you Kriya Yoga breathing meditation. It's a form of breathing, and after about 2.4 minutes of this breathing, your brain waves relax. Your brain goes from the very busy beta waves, which is your rational thinking, to the theta waves. Theta waves are very relaxed brain waves that represent the state of deep sleep or deep meditation. After you've done that breathing, you're now ready for the second step for reprogramming. The second step is we must go into the subconscious mind that is now open through relaxing breath, and we start to identify a liar that lives in your subconscious mind. There is a liar living in each mind. This liar gives you false advice like, I'm not worthwhile, nobody in my family has ever made big money, I can never lose this weight, beyond the age of 60 I'm going downhill, etc., etc. So once we identify the liar, we then go to the third step of going into the subconscious computer and reprogramming it. Because remember, we've relaxed the brain waves, the subconscious cave has opened, we have identified the liar. Now with that open subconscious mind, we go in there and we do reprogramming. How do we reprogram the subconscious mind? Number 1, the subconscious understands pictures better than sentences. So visualization. I want you to visualize the desirable outcome that you want. Use your 5 senses in the visualization. Smell the outcome that you want. Touch the outcome that you want. Taste the desirable outcome that you want. The visualization is very real, employing your 5 senses. Another technique for reprogramming, these are called affirmations. These are short, repetitive sentences in the present tense. Every day, I am becoming healthier, wealthier, and happier. Every day, I'm becoming healthier, wealthier, happier. You keep repeating that because the subconscious understands repetition. These affirmative sentences will be memorized, understood, and accepted. Next, invoke the emotion as if you have already arrived at that desirable place in life. For example, if you're single and you're desiring a very beautiful, loving relationship, you must close your eyes and invoke the emotion of being in the embrace of somebody who loves you unconditionally, who stand by your side lifelong. So invoking emotions is a language that the subconscious mind understands. Finally, repetition, repetition, repetition. The main thing that the subconscious habit mind understands is repetition. The more you repeat, the more it memorizes. Once it memorizes and accepts the reality that you want, it'll turn everything upside down. It'll contact the quantum force and it'll bring about incidences and events that'll enable you to get to the place that you want.